Having a good warm-up is so important to make sure that you get the most out of your practice session. So in this one, I'm going to run you guys through my warm-up. So if you do not have your darts, pause this video right now, grab your darts, get to a dartboard, then press play and warm up along with me. Also, if you're new to Bullshot Darts, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. The more Bullshot Darts you watch, the more 180s you will hit. So we're just going to get right into this, guys. So the first thing that I like to do when I grab my darts and start warming up is just mindlessly throw. So when I say mindlessly throw, I always say I'm not aiming at anything, but the truth is I actually am aiming. I just don't care if I hit my target or not. So if I'm aiming at that triple 20 and I hit all single ones, I don't care one bit, because all I'm doing in this part of my warm-up is just getting my body ready to throw darts. Your first couple minutes of throwing darts is so important, because if you are aiming and you're not hitting your target, it might discourage you. But the thing is, you just picked up your darts. Your body is not warm. It is not ready to start hitting targets. So you have to make sure you just get your body warmed up before you start zoning in and trying to hit targets, because hitting a target when you're not warm is harder. So you just don't want to get down on yourself if you are not hitting your target during the first couple of minutes. So like I said, I'm just mindlessly throwing here. I am aiming at that triple 20, but I truly don't care if I hit it or not. I am just working on getting my body warm. So I could actually just watch you guys the whole time I throw these 3 darts. And this is just as good as me actually looking at the board and aiming. So, whoa, these darts aren't even on the board. Maybe for the sake of my wall, I should be looking at the board. But as far as the, wanting to warm up my body, it doesn't matter. So I'm actually going on stream tonight. I have not picked up my darts at all today. This is the first darts I've thrown. Oh, can we get a 180 here? Nah. Even if I did get a 180, I wouldn't care, because I wouldn't want to get the 180 and then get overconfident and then possibly throw a couple bad darts and then bring my mood down. So we're just mindlessly throwing here. Let's just throw at those bullseyes a little bit. Doesn't matter, but you can switch it up here. We're just throwing randomly. I actually have a stream in a little bit here. I'm going to be playing against some subscribers. So this is actually my warm-up going into the stream. So good thing I'm not uploading this before the stream, because then people will know my weak points right now. Which is a lot, to be honest. I have a lot of weak points right now. So working on getting these cleaned up before the next round of big tournament starts coming up. Actually got a pretty bit of a dry spell coming up here as far as tournaments go. Got some pretty fun stuff local. Played in a big blind draw last week. Got another big blind draw coming up next month in Wisconsin, but don't really have much of those big out-of-state tournaments coming up. So just warming up, getting the body loose. We'll get into just a couple more rounds here, and then we'll move on to some aiming a little bit. And now the thing is, too, it's like this mindlessly throwing, sometimes, depending on the person, it could take a player 2 minutes to get their body, pretty warmed up. Some players, it might take, 10, 15, 20 minutes. So you need to find how long you need to mindlessly throw to get your body warmed up. And another thing, too, with getting the body warmed up, I'm a big advocate of exercise. So if you have gotten any kind of exercise in before the darts tournament or your practice session or whatever it is that you're warming up for, your body's already going to be pretty warm. So I like to think that my body is always pretty close to warm and loose because I'm just a very active person. So for me personally, I only do the mindless throwing for a few minutes, because I start to feel good pretty quick because I already feel that my body is warm. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes if I throw darts first thing in the morning, then it's going to take me longer because I have not done any exercise or physical activity. So some tournaments, I wake up and have to get straight to the dart hall. I always like to try to get some physical activity, but if I'm really out late the night before and I got to get there fairly early in the morning on Saturday or Sunday, unfortunately, there's not time to get in an exercise because sleep is going to be more important that extra sleep is going to be more important than the little bit of exercise I would have been able to get in. So if I'm going into a tournament early in the morning or a practice session early, then it definitely takes me a little bit longer to get my body warm. So I'm feeling pretty good here. We'll get in one more throw, one more mindless throw, and then we'll move on to some aiming. Been mindless throwing for what, about 4 minutes here. So this is about, you know, for me, 5 to 10 minutes of just mindless throwing. I feel good, ready to move on. So let's finish up the mindless throwing here. What do you guys do for your warm-ups down below? So this is my warm-up routine. Maybe you end up liking this and using it, or maybe you have your own warm-up routine and you couldn't care less about my warm-up routine, but let me know down in the comments. So now what I like to do from here, I'm warmed up. Now what I like to do is I like to work my way around the board, the cricket numbers. So I go 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, bull. Now the first couple times I do this, I throw 3 darts at each target. So this will have some interactive fun here because I challenge you guys to see how many targets we can hit on each number. And the reason I like to throw at the triples of these numbers is because usually these are the triples we're going to be throwing at, whether it's cricket or 01. Of course, we'll be throwing at triple 20 the most, but generally for setup shots, we're going to be throwing at these other triples too. So it's also good to work the way around the board and also just something to get my confidence up a little bit, hopefully hit some triples before going into the next part of my warm-up. So we're going to start on those triples 20s, guys. So do this along with me. First 3 darts at that triple 20. Oh, that third one went off into a triple 5. So only 2 20s for me. Let's go down to those 19s. 3 darts at the 19. We're going to throw 3 at every number here. So there's a blocker in there, and generally I would move in the situation, but we're warming up. I'm dedicated to throwing all 3 at those trip 19s, so I'll move over. And sneak it in there for a single. 5 19s. 5 19s. How many 19s did you get? How many 20s did you get? Go to those 18s. Hey, and it's found a trip on that third. 5 18s. So this is the part of my warm-up that's going to help me dictate how my practice session is going to go. This is what this part of the warm-up I use to get my confidence up going into the practice session. So 2 20s, 5 19s, 5 18s. Let's go to those 17s. Oh man, those are way in the way. We got to sneak all the way over here to the wall. Ooh, I thought we might have snuck in that trip. 3 17s. That broke my my consecutive trip shots. All right, on to those 16s. All right, 5 16s. So once again, this is not the practice session. This is not the practice session. I need to stress that. This is just warming up. We're still just getting warmed up so we can throw our best darts in the practice session. 5 16s, let's move on to those 15s. Oh, 5 15s. I can't break the 5 barrier right now. Maybe in the second round. All right, let's go on to those bullseyes. On to those bullseyes. Ooh. I thought I might have saved it there. I got a double bull on my second, but missed the other 2. So, all right, 1 round through the cricket numbers. We had 2 20s. 5 19s, 5 18s, 3 17s, 5 16s, 5 15s, 2 bullseyes. Now I go right back to the top. We're going back 3 darts at that 20. 3 darts at that 20. Now we're trying to beat our last score. So ideally, to help boost our confidence, we can beat that last score that we had. Oh, only 220s again. I hope this isn't an indicator of how my darts are going to be on my stream tonight. If so, I might have to score on those 19s. Which, speaking of 19s, that's where we're heading now. All right, we broke the 5-berry. We got 6 19s there. At first start, I don't know where that was going, but hey, that's why we're warming up. I'm not overthinking it because I'm just getting my body ready for my practice session. Ah, 2 18s. At this rate, we're either getting 2 singles or 2 triples. All right, let's go on to that 17. Ah, 3 17s. First round was much better than this round. 3 17s. Go on to those 16. Well, my eye twitched for a second there. Oh, it twitched again. I hate when that happens. Sometimes I overfocus, my eye twitches. Usually I take a step back, but... Hey, found a trip on that third dart. 4 16. 4 16. And let's go on to those 50. Ah, 3 15s. All right, now let's go on to those bullseyes. Bullshot. Get some bullshots in here. What was that? 3? 3 bullseyes. All right, what did I do that when? I think I went 2 20s, 6 19s, 2 18s, 3 17s, 4 16s, I think 3 15s, and then 3 bullseyes. So now I've taken 3 darts at each triple of the cricket numbers. So we did the mindlessly throwing to get our body warmed up. Now we did some target shooting, throwing 3 darts at each number. Now we're going to do our first little warm-up challenge, and we are going to try to close all the cricket numbers as fast as we can. So last time we threw 3 darts at every cricket number. Now I like to throw until the number is closed. So I'm going to throw it to 20 till I close it. Right when I close it, I'm moving to the 19. So if my first dart's a trip 20, I go straight down to the 19s. If I only get 1 or 2 20s on my first 3 darts, I stay on that 20 starting my second throw until I close it and move on. So once again, this is a little challenge here where we're trying to close these cricket numbers as fast as we can. Once again, this is not part of our practice session. We're still just getting warmed up, but now this is going to add a little bit of a challenge into our warm-up that'll help bring us into our challenges of practice. So now we're going to work the way around the board. Can't be so interactive with this, but just throw with me, guys. Let's see who can close it out first. We're going to go for those trip 20s and then move our way around the board. I have not hit 1 trip 20 yet today. Right, I hit some during the mindless throwing. Of course, I hit it when I'm mindlessly throwing and not actually aiming at it. All right, 2 20s again. There we go. Done my going rate. 1 round down. And don't even have a number scored, so we got to start back up on that 20. Now, even though I only need 1, I'm going to still aim at that trip. And now I hit it. Oh, only 119. So one way I like to approach this part of my warm-up is I like to close at least 1 number per turn. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15 bullseye. So ideally, this part of warm-up does not take more than 21 darts. Now, the way this is going, it could potentially turn into that, but let's hope we get some triples here. This is why I like doing this during warm-up, because now I'm challenging myself. Now I really need some triples, so it's a little bit of pressure. I need a trip on this dart to... Single. So 3 turns down, I only got 2 1/3 number, or 2 1/3 number closed. So we're not on pace for that sub 21 darter. Let's get back on track. Oh, it's a 222. I thought it was a 17. See, once you miss a round without closing a number, now you're playing catch up. So when I hit that trip with my first dart, yeah, it's good, but now I got to follow it with another trip. Trip here. Low. Now we're a whole number behind. I need a trip 16 and a trip 15 to be on this 21 dart track here. All right, closed. All right, we need big darts. Trip 15, double bull, single bull to get this sub 21 darter here. Oh, I thought I might pull it off. Single bull. All right, we're at 21 darts. I still got 2 bullseyes left. Did you close everything in 21 darts? Or do you still got more to close? I still need 2 more bullseyes, so let's see here. Wow, and we completely blank on the bullseyes. Oh boy, now we're up to 24. Ugh. All right, there we go. 24, 25, 26 darts to complete the cricket. I'm going to run through this one more time. And generally, I'll do this, like I'll do the 3 numbers at each number 2 or 3 times. And then I'll do this 2 or 3 times. And from here, this is where I'll dig deep into my practice session. So let's get in one more round of closing the cricket numbers. Let's try to beat that 21 dart goal we have. So I want you guys to throw along again with this one. Hey, see, that's how we get ahead. You got a trip 20, trip 19. We're a whole number ahead now. 1 round in, 2 numbers closed. Oh, I wanted that trip 17. 2 rounds in, 3 2/3 numbers closed. Single, single. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds in. 4 2/3 closed. No, that was only our 3rd round. So we're on our 4th round now. Come on. Single bull. So 12 darts in, we only need 2 more bulls. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bulls. There's 1, but it's right in the way. Is that in there? Wow. Somehow that dart got on the top of that dart. All right, guys, so there we go. I think that was 15 darts to complete the round of cricket. So this is my warm-up that I like to do. So from here, now I'm going to dig deep into my practice session. What do I want to work on? Do I want to work on my power scoring? Do I want to work on my outs? Do I want to work on my setup shots? Do I just want to play 501? Do I just want to play cricket? So this is where I go and move into my practice session. So this warm-up took us almost 20 minutes. So it is so important to get in this good warm-up time, because without this, your practice session can struggle and it might not be as good as it can be, and it could overall hurt your confidence instead of boost your confidence, which practice should ultimately do, because we should have that feeling of we're getting better with our practice sessions. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys had your darts and were throwing with me and having some fun. If you didn't, you can always come back to this video and do it again, or just take notes and then try this on your own time. That's it, guys. Some videos should have popped up here. Click one, click them both. Bullshotdarts.com to pick up your new favorite dart shirt. I'll see you all in the next one, and if you're popping in the stream tonight, I look forward to seeing you. Shoot well.